Hey, and welcome back to
To
Giving
Giving
Chaos. If you
it-
guys don't already know us, let's introduce ourselves.
I'm MJ,
That's MJ, my younger sister, and I'm Marjorie. I'm the middle child out of three.
and if you guys didn't know, we have a huge age difference. I am 19.
And I'm 26, making us 7 years apart. And our older sister is 20. She's turning 29 this year. So yeah, so me and my older sister is 3 years apart.
And so this is officially episode 2
Yes.
of Giving Chaos.
Yes, Giving Chaos. And just a recap of the title, if you guys are new here, it is basically us just talking about trying to get through life, because life is unpredictable and it's sometimes chaotic. And this is just us and our advice of our experiences of trying to get through our lives. And yeah, pretty much just in a nutshell.
And so for today's topic, just a recap, our first episode was on relationship chaos, which is we talked about obsessions versus love, online dating stories,
Yes.
someone targeting someone.
That episode was chaotic itself, I have to say, because it was our trial episode. So we had no lead. Like, we didn't know what we were doing, to be honest. And we still don't. We're still learning, but it was cut short, that story. But we will be getting back to that story. We have a whole bunch of stories related to that topic, and we'll be making an episode.
We'll make a part 2 of relationship chaos, because there's still
So much
stuff that we have to talk about, especially since Margie went solo.
Yeah, I basically went ham
because she has more experience. Anyways, if you guys want to check that out, it is already released. Go check it out on our socials. Check it out on Spotify, especially. That is where it's at. Or you can check it on here on YouTube, visuals. If you want visuals. Actually, no. Well, technically, episode 1 was kind of a fail because the camera didn't work.
She honestly said that the camera, if you guys have not seen that visual episode, the camera kept going on and off, like legit, for the first 10-15 minutes of the video, and then eventually it just got cut off completely. And she told me she was gonna fix the camera, and we finished up 35 minutes of no footage. So hopefully
at least it recorded the audio.
Yeah,
okay?
the audio did work.
If the audio didn't work, then we would have to do it all over again, but we didn't want to, and it's all natural. So still listen to that podcast, okay? But
today's topic is about basically trying to fit in society and different situations as you grow up. It's just hard trying to fit in, and when you're in kindergarten, trying to figure out who you are, trying to figure out your group, trying to make friends. And then as you grow up in high school, even in the workplace, even as myself.
There's stereotypes.
Yes.
Of viewpoint of trying to put yourself in these and also what you view other people too.
Yes. A lot of people seem to, if you're not in their norm or their perspective of norm, you're just outcasted as weird, I would say.
And then there's also what we want to talk about if you're trying to fit in the society, the end results, and what you can benefit from trying to fit in the society.
And even the consequences of even trying to fit into society or forcing yourself to pretend to be someone else that you're not in order to not be made felt an outcast or ashamed of your true self.
So what we're gonna talk about is that fitting in specific groups. That's what we're gonna go off as. So especially of course when you start in a young age, especially in school, that's when the specific groups start out in.
So let's start out at elementary school. How did you end up making friends fast?
I did. It was actually pretty quick. I feel as a child, you're pretty free-spirited.
Yeah.
You don't care what anybody says, and you're hey, what's your name? Let's go hang out by the slide and play some games. And so everyone just formed their groups really quickly during elementary too. Once you find somebody you you're I like you.
Yes.
We're gonna hang out. And then there's other groups. They tend to be solo, those Like everyone just they're like they're
Outcast, like there's shy people. I wouldn't say outcast, but they're super shy.
Shy.
Especially when you're in kindergarten, it's your first real like year of
socialize.
school. Yeah,
Socializing stuff.
especially if you haven't been to preschool, then it's definitely your first year with other children, you know, that you don't know. And sometimes it's not that easy for other people, unfortunately. So you do say like some kids, they have that energy, like they're sometimes they're free
Yeah.
spirited and they're fearless, and then they just really don't care. There's those kids, and then there's other kids where they're really shy because it is like their first year, and
They mind their own business.
they don't end up making friends as easily.
But
It's kinda hard for them.
here's the thing though. Those some free spirited kids as a child, as they grow into like the older world and like become in the outside world, they tend to like be alone, or like they start like being alone.
think?
Yeah.
Like-
Well, I think I have experience on that, and I know some people.
I do, but yes.
And then the opposite people say, they say sometimes the shy people
Yeah, they
get more
do-
outgoing later on in their
Their
lives.
wings
So yeah.
spread later on in their
Yes.
life.
So what about you, Ate Marju? What were you
when
during
I
your
was-
childhood?
When I was a child, I would say that I wasn't. I don't know why, but I felt like I'm not trying to be cocky, but a lot of people gravitated towards me. Maybe because I was kind of like that chunky Asian little, like Asian girl, and I had like curly hair, and I was just like. People would say I was adorable. I look legitly like a little. Do you guys know that little girl from the Minion, the little Asian girl? How adorable she was. Whatever her name was.
I don't know her name. I
I think it was Angie or something like that.
no.
I don't know. Or I don't know. If you guys know, comment below. But if you know what I'm talking about, that little Asian girl, that adorable little Asian girl, or that little Asian girl from Monsters, Boo.
Who's Monsters Boo?
Okay, if you guys know Monsters Inc., there's that little girl.
Oh, the girl with the pigtails.
Yes,
I don't know
I
her name.
basically look like those two, and I was just adorable. And if you guys don't know, I grew up in Glendale, which was a whole bunch of Armenians was around there. So my family I was basically the only foreigner. So they found my little cute Asian like so adorable. Like I was the only like unique one out of the group, and they all gravitated me not because of how outgoing I was, but because how like chubby and
Unique,
cute. I
like
was
physical
just-
characteristics.
I was just adorable. Like they wanted to be around me. Like I was cute. I was cute.
Ate, all children are cute though. No.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. At 5 years old, not all kids are cute. Okay, yes, all children are beautiful, but I'm just saying we're trying to be real in this podcast. Okay.
I don't know if you trying to be
But I'm
real
just
as you
let me
can.
just let's say that they gravitated towards me just because I don't know, maybe because I was maybe unique or whatever. So I was shy, but they would always be around me.
So
Like-
you were shy, but you were able to make a lot of friends.
Like they,
Quickly.
yeah, I was always surrounded in a group.
Okay.
Like they would always grab me, or they wanted me part of the group. Like I would be the quiet one in that group, but they wanted me to sit there for whatever reason, or they would always try to include me. And in the bathrooms too, they always say hi to me. Like it was, I appreciate it. I really did. I wouldn't say like I was friends because I was very soft spoken back then, but I wasn't outcast and I wasn't alone.
yeah.
That makes sense.
Well, for me, when I started doing kindergarten, I was a free-spirited child, okay? I didn't make a lot of friends, but I wanted to. So I would always come up to like random children in class and say, "Hey, you want to go? Let's play." And they would be like down to go. I was like the always one outgoing and always the
And what
one
age was
reaching out
this?
first.
What
Huh?
age? What
Well,
age?
like 6 years old or 5.
So we're still in the baby stages.
Yeah, so this is when you reach. If no one's reaching out to you, you might as well go reach out to other children. And this is the spot where I'm like, I gotta create my own group.
Yeah.
This is the type where you start noticing, like, oh shoot, you start noticing people are already having the friendship groups, and then if you try and join them, it's like they kind of push you out for some reason.
Yeah.
And so I created my own group, and people started following me after that. So yeah, elementary was kind of pretty easy making friends, but then as you get older, it gets more harsher.
Yeah, I want to say in the kindergarten stage, you really don't know who these little humans are going to develop to. Because like you said, there's the outcasts that soon grow up to be the most popular people later on in life. And then there's the free-spirited that soon to be less and less popular. So the kindergarten stage, it is kind of messy, but I feel like they start to form who they are going to be when they're older. So let's go to middle school. Because middle school, I feel like...
Harsh. I didn't like middle school.
It is. Now elementary, I feel like you do form little groups. You do get a little bit more social.
Outgoing,
Yeah,
more social. And it's more free and enjoyable. I don't know why, but in middle school it feels like shit.
Yeah,
like it's like when I entered middle school, I thought it would be like
so dramatic. It really is.
There's so much drama once you start middle school, and so much shit goes down, surprisingly. And thank God I was in my 8th grade year of middle school, I got into a little bit of dramas. But in like 6th grade, yeah, lots of drama. Anyways, drama.
You were saying that you expected middle school to be what?
More like easier going than elementary school. Like elementary school, I feel like there's no drama at all. Yeah,
like the only drama
because you guys are kids.
Yeah, the only drama there is crushes. That's it. But there's no like beef. There's no tension.
But in middle school, I don't know, for some reason everyone wants to like they want to fight. I hate you.
It's almost the aggression comes out in middle school ages.
I know, and like people are out for each other. I don't know why. And there's 2 specific groups already made. Like even if you try to go into their circle, they already have their own circle. I don't know.
Like they have a little.
For me, that's what I felt. For other people, they're like, "What are you talking about?" It was always easy to go in because they're the like popular type. Of course, you're gonna join all different variety of groups because you're. I don't know.
Yeah.
For me, it's hard to join in different groups when they've already seen.
So, like in elementary school, like I said, I feel like elementary school is when people create like that BFF little moment, like that your little group where there's no drama, but you have your who you feel more comfortable with, right? But there's no beef. And then in middle school, I feel like more beef and tension is growing. For me, in middle school, it felt like I was there for 8 years just because of the amount of drama that was in there. But it was only 3 years for me, myself. I feel like in middle school, everybody thinks that they are already grown for some reason. And I just, like, the drama in middle school, the only drama, like, people will be talking-ish, and that, I don't know, that I never said. Like, I feel like everybody in middle school wanted to fight. Like, in middle school,
yeah.
If you guys don't know, I was bullied in 6th grade for legitly no reason. I mean,
maybe because they were jealous of you.
No, they thought that I was very I was vulnerable. I was very soft-spoken. I never stood up for myself, and they could smell that off of me. So I wouldn't think that they're necessarily jealous of me. Like, I don't think they legit had anything to be jealous of. But I felt like they felt power over me, and they like craved that. Mm-hmm. And so in middle school, my friends, I was soft-spoken, but I'm always, even as a little child, I've always loved to talk. If you know me, I love to talk. And if I'm comfortable around you, like, I won't stop talking. So, I think throughout my life, if I feel comfortable around you, I'll talk. And it was just easier for me to, like, they'll bring somebody in the group, and I'll talk to them, and then they'll be like, oh, Marjorie's cool. Or, like, it wasn't hard for me to ever talk. It was just, like, I had to feel your vibe. Does that make sense?
But I feel... I started, like, knowing, like, you gotta vibe with people, you know?
Yeah, vibe.
Because people don't... It's okay if you don't vibe with everyone, but just don't be an ass, you know what I mean? Even if you, like, don't vibe with people.
Yeah, I feel like you don't talk shit about people. But I mean, like, if you don't feel vibe, that's fine, but...
I feel like middle school was such an awkward stage.
It was.
Finding your whole, like, your own personality and who you want to be friends with, too.
It was almost like a concentrated version of high school, all in that 3 years. Like, it was so dramatic. I feel like in high school, there's some people a little bit more serious because they're trying to get in college.
Yeah.
But, like, in middle school, it's almost like you don't need you're too young to be thinking about college. So all you have is legit just that little 3 years and that, like, whole, gated, little building.
Yeah, and you know some people start rumors to stir beef shit up because they just love the drama.
Like, people literally, I swear to God, like, literally, like, there's this one girl, I'm gonna name her... D, right? D always was like, oh, I'm gonna fight you after class. I'm gonna fight you. And, so let me just say the story.
Wait, she gonna fight you? Wanted to fight you.
Let me tell the story about my middle school bully, okay?
Okay.
So, one day at 6th grade, we all had to, go into the gym because we were gonna be assigned our lockers, right? Mm-hmm. And she was sitting behind me, and this was before she was bullying me. And then she just tapped me on my shoulder, and she was, so how they were like giving out lockers was by ABC order of your last name, right? So they were calling kids up to get their little card number for the lockers, but they were doing it in order of your last name, right? So she tapped me on my shoulder. We were sitting on the benches, and she was like, "Hey, the letter I think S came up," and I was like, "Oh no, I'm so sorry, not S. I don't think so. I don't know." I literally said I don't know, and then she gave me the ugliest look after that. And
What
then,
is the problem?
I don't know. But after that, she literally came up. She was in my core classes. So
Oh, shoot.
she was in my core classes, meaning I would see her all
On
day.
English, math, science, basically your class.
Yeah, she was my class.
Not electives.
Not
'cause-
electives. She was in my core class. So she would come up to me, and then she would basically tell me, "Hey, can you tie my shoes?" And then if not, we're gonna fight. And then I would tie it because I was such a pussy back then. I was legitly a pussy. Or like whenever we would go to the libraries, there's like little, what do you call them? Like little like bookcases. There's bookcases, and then the kids would disperse and look for their books. And then every time she would see me alone in the little two bookcases, she would come up to me and just grab my head and bump my head against the books.
Dude, for her to have like the courage to do that shit, she probably has like shit going on for herself.
I honestly don't know. She probably
Because I wouldn't have the courage to do that. Someone like, why would bullies do that? Like, what is the purpose you're trying to do? I think they were like trying to become control. Like,
yeah, she loved control and power because there was literally nothing.
but was it only you?
It was okay. I'm gonna tell you later on, right? So anyway, so she does this for a while, and by the way, I did tell the teacher. I told the teacher at one point because I remember at lunchtime, she would never let me enjoy my lunch in peace. Like every single lunchtime, I knew she was coming after me. She would always look for me, and when she found me, she would make me come with her, and then like basically be her little slave. Like, oh, can you pick that up from the ground? Or sometimes she'll like grab me to the bathroom, and when she's done washing her hands, she would just come up to me, and then one time she just like punched me, right? And she had this best friend right next to her. Was legitly like the quietest girl, but she was the sweetest girl because sometimes she would like pull Dee's hand and be like, "Hey, that's enough." But she did not have enough courage to speak up for me and tell like the principal.
At least she tried, kind
Yes.
of, because she knew what was going on.
Yeah, but it was almost like Dee was showing off to her like how much control she had over me. But I remember like every lunchtime, yeah, it was pretty bad. Every lunch, my face will be red like a tomato because I would not stop crying, and I hate crying in public. But I could not control it back then. My face was a tomato every lunch.
But did the teachers notice you were like crying? Because teachers, sometimes I noticed when I was in middle school, they were able to notice the littlest things.
Okay.
Like, even if you were crying, that's why I was wondering.
I feel like the teachers I was handed did not care because, like I said, it got so bad that I told my teacher that I was getting bullied, and she came up to me and she grabbed me she called me to the front of the class during lecture, and then she called D in front of the class during lecture.
During lecture,
Yes.
no, that's not a good teacher. I had a teacher. She called. I've seen like someone getting bullied before, and they were called in the back of the room, like in the secret room, so no one else would hear. You know,
We didn't have a secret room.
Oh.
We didn't have that secret room.
Or outside at least.
But then she would say, "Okay, you two need to stop whatever problems you have. There's now a invisible wall between you two, so you guys can no longer see each other. You guys
Damn, what kind of teacher is that?
Yeah, she basically said avoid each other. That's how she dealt with it.
No.
And I will never forget how she dealt with that. That to me was like you basically did nothing.
So what was the point of her interfering if she didn't even do anything actually that could help?
I don't know. And then I remember there was another time that Dee called me during class because we were doing our projects, and she was sitting across from me, and she called me over, and she basically was like, she was like saying like dirty things about me, about my mole, about my face, and then she was like, "Oh, she's so flat chested." And her bra is like a -A, and then I remember one time another classmate saw that and said that was so mean. And the other classmate called over the teacher, and the teacher walked over and she saw all the nasty things written by me, written by D about me. And she saw specifically the bra comment, right?
Yeah.
And she goes, you guys, we are not going to. I do not tolerate bullying, especially about people's underwear. And I was like looking at her. I was like, we weren't even talking about underwear. And then she was like, no, underwear is your underclothing, your stuff underneath your wear. And I was like, oh. And then so yeah, that was just terrible. Sixth grade was just terrible for me. And eventually it did stop.
But you were able to make friends though, right? You know,
I
find
did
your
have
place.
friends. I did have friends, but and one of them was legitimately about to fight a D, and her and D, like D was like, "Oh, you want to fight? You want to fight? Then let's meet up. Let's meet up because I'm already fighting Marjorie. I'm already beating up Marjorie." So and then she used to always say, "Hey, if you want to watch me beat up Marjorie, come meet us up after school." And I remember if you guys don't know, I used to walk, like my entire school career, I walked until senior year of high school, right? So I remember I'll be so scared for the after school bell to come because I would walk alone home and I would like basically run out of campus so I could walk home alone because I was so scared she was gonna beat me up. But yeah, like I was like, it was bad.
Yeah, sixth grade was bad, but at least you were able to make some friends that like supported you, you know.
Yes, they were all soft-spoken, but yeah, I made friends. And
But damn, for D to be an ass just shows how like how parents need to discipline their kids more on the serious of bullying and how it can affect, you know, others.
yeah,
you
and
know?
I had asked.
And teachers too. Fuck your teacher. She's a dumb bitch. She didn't protect your ass.
Yeah.
And she didn't see the problem. Like, you know, she should have stepped forward and told the principal because bullying is serious. Once you see something, you just don't like say something like, "Oh, there's an invisible wall." How's that gonna help anything?
That comment will always
bullying.
stick with me.
How's that gonna prevent bullying? Okay, guys, you need to speak up. And I'm sorry, as a Marjorie, you couldn't speak up about that.
But yeah, and then and eventually it did stop. She ended up moving out, and then in middle school, I still had the same group
Bullies?
No, not bullies. I had a bunch
They
of
continue bullying you.
No, I had friends. I had really close friends. And mind you, by the way, my friends in elementary were not the same friends in middle school.
Oh, so different friends. You formed a different group.
Yeah, was it the same for you, like, or your elementary friends were still the same as your middle school?
Once we got into middle school, you always think you're gonna stay together with your same elementary friends because that's just how it is. You guys think you guys have like a strong bond and you don't want to hang out with these new people. But later till I realized that it's okay to have new friends and meet new people, especially in middle school. In middle school, I didn't realize that. I was like, oh, like, you're being friends with this new person. You're not being friends with me. But yeah, in elementary, once sixth grade started, I kind of had a friendship argument where we all separated. And I would say it would be my fault why the group fell apart.
Why would you say that?
Huh?
What would you say?
Because with so there's like 5 of us in our group, and me and my other friend were really close. But it was such stupid drama. That's what I'm saying. Stupid ass drama as a child about telling. So in middle
secret. I remember you told me.
Yeah.
I have the hardest time keeping secrets.
Okay, but I realized.
Admit it.
Oh yes, I admit it. Okay, I have a big ass mouth.
She has the biggest mouth. Oh, I have to tell this story real quick. So, if you guys don't know, I had told my sister that I was having problems with my tips at work, right? And my parents hate where I work. They really do. Only because I work a lot of hours and I have no benefits. But they have to understand that it's a small business.
Yes.
And I already understood that. I already know I was not going to get any benefits. Yes. But I'm already at the age of 26 and they're like, you need a job with benefits. But anyways, they already don't like where I work. So any negative things that happen at work, I don't express to my parents or my family or anything because I don't want them to worry. But I had told my sister that I was now receiving all of my tips
because I care for her.
And then she goes, so I'm like expressing all my venting right towards my sister to like let it out.
She didn't tell me to keep it a secret.
So how am I supposed to? Common sense. But anyways, because you don't express, that's the problem with you. You don't tell what people. You're gonna learn this when you're in the workplace.
I already learned to keep my mouth shut, but usually back then they were like,
I don't have to tell you. It's a secret.
okay, whatever. Anyways,
Because people are not going to tell you every time. Hey, that's a secret. Hey, that's a secret.
I know, but
Or don't tell that to anyone. Or close your mouth.
But I always tell you, hey, don't tell this to mom and dad.
I know, because apparently it's needed to you for you, but for me it's not. Like literally, I will not.
Well, I thought if you can if you're telling it to me, I thought you telling everyone at
But long
work.
story short, she told my dad when I was eating, and my dad found out.
No.
Did you not tell daddy?
Yes, I did tell Dad, but listen up, okay? Dad was asking how's Marjorie, because Dad and Mom are worried for you, and I'm worried for you because here it is, okay? Freaking managers suck ass, and they are treating the only Asian worker rude.
It's not a racist thing.
It is racist.
It's
okay?
not. It's not.
But they're treating you unfairly, okay?
Okay, anyways, let's go past that. But anyways, the short story. So you basically what had happened when MJ that they told her something and they found out that MJ had said something, and they got mad and then they no longer.
It was a secret. One of my friends had a crush on this guy when 6th grade started, and it was all stupid. Okay, but it's what I wouldn't say it's stupid because it was actually important to her. Okay?
It was important toward her, or not towards you.
Yeah.
So anyways,
it's my fault. I've already realized and acknowledged that it was all my fault during middle school, and so after 6th grade we all went our separate ways, and I was like, okay, I gotta find new friends and I should be a better person on towards like being new friends. So 6th grade I made new friends, which were really cool because they were able to show me anime, and I started to form a group of like, there's like those anime kids.
So you found your little niche.
Yes, and it was actually pretty cool, and I was able to have like more fun and more time learning about someone. And at that time when I was in middle school, I realized, hey, it's not so bad making new friends, and it's okay to be like that. I shouldn't be like. By the way, over middle school, it was like really traumatic experience for me to break off from a relation from those girls that I've made friends with in elementary, because we've made so much memories.
Why did you break off with them? They did not go to your high school or what? You lost contact?
No, like I'm talking about like friendship wise. Like we broke up all like our friendship. We could have rekindled our friendship, but I think it was all better for us to go our separate ways, if that makes sense. To find, and I'm happy for them that they're able to find better friends that could keep their secrets better than
Yeah, thank God, right?
Yeah, so I think that's just how the world works. But anyways, in middle school, I was able to find our niches. There was those anime groups. There was those.
Where did you find that? In middle school?
In middle school. They were able to show me anime, which I wasn't really involved before. Like my cousins, like before when I was really younger, I was like, oh, what are you watching? They're like watching Dragon Ball Z. I wasn't.
You're like, what is that?
Yeah, but they watch. I was able to watch different types of animes and learn about cosplaying, and it's been pretty cool. But in 7th grade, things turn out again where my friendship, like, I don't know why, but we weren't vibing anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, when you're in a friendship group,
You grow apart.
Yeah, you grow apart. I was feeling like that. I was like, every time I hanged out with them, not during 7th grade, after 7th grade. So in the beginning of 8th grade. Yeah, if that makes sense. In the beginning of 8th grade, I was falling apart with them. And I was like, this isn't how friendship goes. I don't feel like I'm having fun or like vibing with them as much.
Yeah.
Because one of my friends, she had to go surgery. And so I wasn't able to talk to her for months. Mm-hmm. And that broke off our group. Because usually there's like multiple people in your group. Mm-hmm. And so when she was in surgery, I wasn't really close to those people in our anime, like, friend group as much. And so I was like, damn. I was like, we're not vibing. I only vibed with that one person that connected us.
Oh,
like,
and then
in that
she
group.
had surgery and she left.
And she was gone.
She was basically your only real friend in that group.
Yeah, I just realized that. And then so in 8th grade, here's the thing. I made new friends. I made new friends with these new 3 more girls.
Yeah.
And one of them was fake, and I knew it. But I was like, oh, she's not fake.
I actually had 2 friends from middle school that lasted till a senior year.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah,
because those were those were locked on.
Yeah.
Besties.
Legit besties. We were besties. We were besties. Like, I literally thought we were gonna make it to like 2028, which would have been like our graduating college year. But we graduated 2014. If you graduated for 2014 at high school, you know, we're the same class.
But that's great for you, right? Because you guys were able to have that strong bond connection.
Yes,
and you guys weren't like those rude asshole friends, you know.
And if you guys don't know, I met my two besties not in class. A lot of people meet their friends in their same class. Yes, these two besties, they were honor students. So they were higher up in the range, and I was a lazy hoe. I've always hated school. School's never been for me. So because my grades had slipped, they had put me in special classes. So I didn't meet my friends in that class. I met them during lunch. So like in my classes, which were like lower, like when your grades are bad, they put you in special classes. These people that I met here, I weren't like really close to them, but I would like, you know, they were my acquaintances. Like I would talk to them because if you put me in a room, I would talk to you. Hell, like I'm a very talkative person, but I wasn't really, like, we didn't form a bond. You know,
guys didn't form a bond.
No, because I thought they were bad influences. Like they low key was like drinking, and I wasn't drinking at the time, and we were like middle school, and they like smoked and stuff like that. And I'm gonna be honest, I was scared. I was a scared little like 12-year-old girl.
I told you about Jenny.
No, I told you, my actual class I was in. So at lunchtime, I would basically eat by myself, and then I got tired of eating by myself, and I said, today I'm gonna make a friend. So I legitimately, oh my god, Adrian, you know this. If you're watching, you know this. She was sitting in one of the plantiers by herself reading a book, and I had came up to her. Never seen this girl in my life before, by the way. So I didn't like be like, oh, I want to be friends with her, like, and then tomorrow I'll try to talk to her. It wasn't like that. Like, I was legitimately just walking and I saw her and I just talked to her, and I was like, hey, what are you reading? And I'm a very random person. If you don't know me, I can make conversation out of thin air, and I find that there's some people that can't, which is not a bad thing, but it's a blessing if you can.
It's a blessing if you can.
It really is. Because if you don't, here's one thing I got this podcast. I could make a conversation out of thin air, and if I don't talk to you, it's one, I'm not in the mood, two, I'm busy, or three, we don't, like, I just don't like you. Okay?
Okay.
And in the workplace, people know that too. Like, if I don't talk to you, it's because I'm busy or I don't like you. There's no in between. Okay?
Yes.
But, things about to get personal up in this bitch. But, yeah, anyways, I just made conversation with her, and we ended up, I don't like reading. Back then, I didn't like reading.
But she was like, read this.
I didn't like anything educational, right? So I would pull out, like, some people would, like, be like, hey, what are you reading? And then, like, be like, oh, do you like that book? Or what is it about? But I remember I would talk to her about random things. I just talk about boys. Because back
But you didn't talk about books.
Yeah, I didn't talk about books. I talked about boys. And then she just smiled, and she thought that I was funny. And then the next day, I don't know if her and Jenna May had met before, but I think they did.
They did.
They knew each other. And then one day, the next day, a couple of days later, I saw Adrian again. I saw her with another girl, and I was like, oh, today I'm going to talk to these two. And I just love, I genuinely love talking to people and meeting new people, which is something that I like about myself, because there's some people that just prefer not to meet new people, and or like not. It sounds so bad, but like they just prefer to like mind their business. But I'm the type of person that just like,
you like meeting new people. I getting to know them.
I like talking. Yes. I'm a very talkative person.
I didn't realize that until later in life.
What do you mean we didn't realize?
Meeting new people is actually like good.
Oh, yeah. You see, go ahead and tell your story.
But you were able to meet these new people that you were able to like hold that friendship, which is very
rare.
No, yeah, it is very rare to hold a friendship from a young age until later on in life, because that means you guys know each other's boundaries, or like
we knew each other more than we knew ourselves.
Wow.
So
that's deep.
Yeah, like we were like legit, like I knew when she was moody, I knew when she was mad, I knew when she was sad, I knew when she was happy. And some days she'd be like, no,
were you guys like truthful to each other? Like you guys like were honest to each other?
Yes.
Oh damn.
They were legitimately like, there was no being fake around each other. There's like, we didn't have a fake moment. Like so yeah.
But yeah, at least Auntie Marjorie was able to make good, strong friendships. Unlike me, during my years, yeah, 8th grade, I was able to make new friends. All of these girls that I met in 8th grade, they were all transferring. They just transferred to my middle school, so they've never seen each other, and they've never met me. And so when I met them, I was like, oh hey, no, actually, one of them, we'll say Jewel. I don't think she's gonna watch this.
No, who cares? It's fine.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. She don't care. Jewel, I didn't know she was gonna be fake.
What made you say she was fake?
The way she was like acting around me,
Okay,
especially.
I know who she's talking about. So when MJ was in middle school, they had put her in a group in order to she had a group project, so they assigned her a group, and in this group was a girl named Jewel and a bunch of other girls. And
I know their names, but should I say?
No.
Okay.
In order to complete this project, it was
we had to create a roller coaster.
Yeah.
And which we didn't even succeed. But
yeah,
anyways, continue.
But they had to like do it in multiple days, and they had to meet up each other's houses, and then they decided to meet up in this one specific girl's house.
She was really nice. Okay,
she was nice, and her pool was amazing,
and she was the sweetest girl,
the sweetest baby girl in the world.
Yeah, if we got in more closer in high school, we probably could have vibed more because I really liked her. But yeah, things happen.
Oh my god. And then, so this girl, I could tell, but the reason
Jewel,
why
you could tell she was fake. I didn't know she was fake.
Okay, I could tell that she
until later in life after our friendship ended.
Okay,
sorry.
I could tell that she legitimately did not consider you as a friend, if that makes sense. Like she didn't go out of her way to talk to you. Does that make sense?
By the way, Auntie Marjorie was with us the entire time.
Yes, because I was her ride. I was her ride to her house. To her classmate's house, and I would literally wait there, eat food, and wait for them to finish up their project, and then like take my little sister back to the house.
Weren't you so happy to swim in her pool?
Yes, and her
Not Jewel, okay?
Yeah,
Jewel
it was another girl's house.
Yeah, it was another girl. Okay.
But I could tell that she was not interested in being your friend or considered you as a real friend, because she would never talk to my sister by herself. Like both of them together never had a conversation together, if that makes sense. Like it was always within a group, or should be talking like it had to be like in a group. Like she never talked to my sister individually, which means she was not interested, or they didn't vibe. Like they didn't have a conversation.
I thought we did, but we didn't. Me and her were so different.
She was just trying to be nice to you,
and I noticed when we were doing our studies, she's like, oh, I didn't do my work. Can I look at yours?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, yeah. And one time we had a math test, and she was like, hey, can you show me your paper? We were taking a math test. And
she was basically using my little sister.
Yeah. And surprisingly, though, we had our 8th grade dance. Did I tell you that?
Yeah.
She gave me her dress.
Yeah, because she apparently wanted my sister to go, and my sister was like, I don't have nothing to wear.
Yeah, I was telling, hey, I'm not gonna go, what's the point? Because and she was like, hey, I have a dress for you, and I was planning to return it back to her, but she was like, nah, you keep it. And so I still have this dress till this day, that black dress from 8th grade promotion. And I didn't know she was fake until I realized after.
Yeah,
we were all hanging out, and I noticed too when we were hanging out, she talked more to the other girls in our group. Like, they had a bond, kind of not a bond, but like they had like a conversation outside of school topics, which I felt like an outcast, even though I was in the group.
Did you feel like you weren't able to like talk to her like outside of like like you never? How come you didn't make like the move to like talk to her about like be like, hey, what's up? You know?
No, we did. We talked over FaceTime before.
About what? About stuff out of school, or was it only school related?
Maybe it was school related.
Exactly.
Right?
That's what.
No. Wait, here. I think one of them, she was telling me she had a crush on someone in middle school, but that's it. We only FaceTimed like a
Oh.
few times, but we really never had a bond, and that's when I felt like that's not real friendship, when you don't feel something with them, when you're saying something.
Yeah, I feel.
And the way they act, you can tell the way they act around you. You can feel their vibe. They're like, she like the way she talked to me. Did you see how she talked to me? She
Yeah,
was
I know. I feel like she couldn't hide her fakeness. It was like reeking out, and I was like, "Oh, this is not the one."
but she was really, Ati, she really liked you.
I know she did because I'm an amazing person. If you know me, if you know me, if you know me, you know that I'm an amazing person. Okay, I'm not even lying. No,
I don't
ask the people that. Who is that?
Wait. Cut.
Anyways,
We are back
you were
to
saying-
the topic. Oh yeah, I was saying that Jewel really liked her, and I was like, "What the heck? Why does she like my sister more than me?"
God, I am God sent. I am an angel.
You know why I think she liked you?
'Cause we're
she-
relatable.
No, yeah, we were related, and she wanted to respect you, to make her.
You think that?
Yeah, and
You don't
I
think it's
she
my
was-
connection?
No, she was trying to impress you.
Why was she trying to?
make
Because
you
I was
like her.
older.
Yeah, just because you were older, she was trying to be nice. She's trying to be nice around you. She's like, hey.
You think she was trying to impress me?
Yeah, I think she's trying to, like how kids when they're like being like when they're like in school, they're actually like bad, but when their parents come, they act nice like that. That's what I mean.
You think she was trying? Oh, and plus you're my little sister.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even.
She does. I bet Jewel didn't want to bully me. She didn't want to be mean because she was already close to me, and Auntie Margie was watching behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So
that's fine. Okay, go ahead. Anyways, so like I was saying, me and Jenna May and Adrian, we created a bond because we would always like. I feel like they like. I would always like go to them for like some BS and some random shit. Like they would always tolerate my BS and my randomness, and I love people like that. But
yeah, I think I've met Jenna May and Adrian before. They've always come around the house, and I could tell that
it's genuine friendship.
Yeah, it's genuine, and there's no BS or like stuff that
And
could get in the way. Like they support each other no matter what. Like they don't like. People for that are rare, and also to have like connection over time, because people usually grow apart.
Yes, they do.
And that's why I'm surprised that it's very rare to have people by your side.
And they always took up
Even
for
when
me. They hated whenever they would hear rumors about me. They hated that shit.
Wait, did they know about D?
What D? No, because D moved out before I met
before
them.
you met them.
I mean, after I met them.
Damn.
Oh yeah.
Wait, so who were your so the friend before?
Who were them? Oh, I met them in my
supported-
class.
Oh.
Yeah.
So they know about D.
Yeah, because
Okay.
we're all classmates.
But yeah, so
Let's talk about high school.
high school, yes, high school. We need to get into high school because that's when I went downhill for
You
mine.
did.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna keep this sweet and short, okay? High school was not hard for me to make friends because one, I like
You already formed your group.
I formed my confidence, meaning
Oh.
I was not shy. I could talk to whoever I wanted to talk to. If I wanted to be friends with you, I would just go up to you and just make conversation.
Yeah.
And if I didn't, I would just pass by and mind my business. But it was there was times where I did feel left out, but we'll get to that later. But, when it comes to friends, I had my friends. If that made sense, like the only time I really
you've already formed a bond, so you a group
And we
in
just
high
grew.
school too.
Yeah.
And they've already formed bonds in high school by joining extracurricular activities, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only time I would say I would feel outcasted was whenever they would go, like I said, my friends were in honors. They were in honor students. They were like an ABC. What is it called that one? I don't know. But
Wait,
yeah.
what?
You know that what is it called? Is it AB counselors or whatever? You don't fucking know what I mean?
The counselors. Oh, are you talking about those people that are in those people?
Basically, they were honor students. They were like basically honor students, and like I said, my grades were really bad up till sophomore year. I was a DNF student. I went to summer school like 2 summers in a row just so I could graduate high school on time. And when I became a junior and a senior, I was a straight AB student, which I made a whole 180 turn, which I'm so proud of myself.
Yeah, you go, Buns.
But
You show those teachers like, hey, I worked hard now.
I literally was a bad student from like I want to say 5th grade till like sophomore year. I was a bad student. But the only time I really felt left out in our high school was when they went to like honor things, like, and I didn't know what they were talking about, and
I felt left out too.
I felt like I was less of a student. Which
No. I had friends that were also smarter than me, and I felt bad because I couldn't relate because they all got like they were able to go to like those school trips.
Yeah.
If you got honors, you were able to go to like a full trip, and I couldn't go because I wasn't smart enough.
Yeah, I just generally thought I was dumb, and then I realized that I wasn't dumb. I was just lazy, and I didn't like to be told what to do, so I didn't do my homework. I didn't do any of my work. I'm telling you, my backpack was full of papers, like crumpled up papers.
And nothing, just air.
Yes,
Notebooks. Unlike me.
Yeah, MJ had like a bag full of like cement books.
No, but here, no. I'm not smart. Okay, me and Margie are not smart. But if
Obviously.
if you wait, listen to the sound deep in my heart.
That's not the lyrics.
I'm dumb. But listen, okay, our older sister is actually really smart. Okay,
Is she smart or does she know how to do? Is she organized? She knows how to time manage.
No. No, there's actually people that are just like literally just smart. They're born smart, okay? But there's also people that
Born smart.
are average, but they have to work hard to be smart. Do you
You have to have extra brain power and sit there for the extra 10 minutes.
That's literally me. Margie didn't want to put in the effort, but me, throughout my whole life, I knew I wasn't smart. I just had to work hard to be smart.
You know what's so sad?
What?
When I tried to work, I would like excel. I'm not even fucking kidding. Like the teachers were so confused. They were like, why is she in like a lower class if she could do this? It's because I don't like to do work. I hate paperwork.
That's why people say, if you put your mind to it, anything's possible.
But the saddest part was that MJ would literally study and still have a low grade. Like,
yeah!
I was like, what's wrong with you?
Wait, guys, come on, that's Marge. No, but literally during like my whole life and even up into high school, I knew I wasn't like smart. Okay, I just
She
had
knew
to.
she was special.
I knew I had to study my ass off to literally.
And she's still like that.
Yeah, I'm still like that right now. Okay, I'm struggling in college. Okay, it's hard. But yeah, I felt so bad. I always compared myself to people
What?
that
People are smarter?
yeah to those,
I didn't care.
Really?
I don't.
I always did. I was like, damn, no matter how much how much how much
Here we go again.
I can't even say it sentence. Even though how hard I work, I can never be as at their level. No, I could be, but there could always like
Baby on top. You shouldn't be
Yeah.
comparing them like yourself like that.
I know, but when you get like into like middle school and high school, you compare yourself into these groups.
Of course you do.
But anyways, yeah, during
Do you think that people that are not higher level, like in the honors, do they think they look down at people that are not in the honors? Like, do you think they judge them? And the answer is yes.
Yes, I think so.
These people are the most stupid bitches I've ever met in my entire life.
No, because I feel like they're
If you meet them in real life, they're just like, what?
no, because I've met a tutor, like an honor student that was
They're
a
just
tutor.
good to do what
And
they're
when
told.
they're trying to teach you, they feel stupid trying to teach.
It's because they don't have a teacher in front of them that's there to like I don't know. Anyways,
But I don't know why they look down at us, because they don't know how hard an average student works trying to be as smart as you.
let's not get too deep in this.
Okay, but anyways, in high school, I wasn't able to join those groups. It was hard for me. I started to go downhill. Like, I'm telling you, in elementary, I was a free-spirited person, but then as the years went by and my friendships got smaller and smaller and then to zero, Yeah.
sad.
Shit.
You know, the only reason I graduated was because I
Of
did not want.
friendships.
I did not want to be the. I didn't want to be in the crowd while my friends walked. I did not want to walk without them. I did not want them to walk without me. So that's the only reason why I like legitly worked my ass off junior and senior and became almost a straight A student, except a couple B's. But anyways, do you think? Let's talk about sexuality in high school and how people are. Do you think
Your hair
people?
is falling off.
Leave me alone. Do you think people think that people are not sexual in high school are weirdos? Do you think people that are, let me rephrase that. Do you think the kids that are sexual in high school look at those who are not sexual weird? Do you like people that have not lost their virginity? Do you think they look at them weird? Like they're like
Yeah,
not.
they do.
What do you mean?
They judge you for it.
You think they judge you because why?
Because of not.
They think you're weird or like you're antisocial or what? Or you don't
Well,
have.
all of those things. I feel like they judge you on that person, and I don't know why they should judge you on that because everyone is on their own time,
On their own paths.
their own what's it called, time span,
Yeah.
time path, whatever. You know what I mean, okay? Everyone's on their own life path, okay?
Life journey.
Life journey. Okay?
There we go. Work
There's
together.
no right or wrong time to start those sexual things. But I feel like in high school, everyone just like, and especially when you have a boyfriend or girlfriend, they want to.
Do you think people feel pressured because they're in high school to be? If you're in a relationship in high school,
I feel like they're pressured.
they're pressured just because they're in a relationship.
Yeah, I think so. That's what pressures you when you're in a relationship and your partner too,
You-
especially.
What if your partner's not the one pressuring you? What if you think that? So the group around you is like, does that make
Whoa,
sense?
like
Like the
you-
environment, like the high school
oh.
environment. Like because let's say
But
Tony and Jessica are together, right? They're both virgins, right?
Yes.
But their friend groups are also there's couples in their friend group, and they're not virgins. Like the couples in their friend groups are not virgin.
oh,
The couples
friend group.
the couples in the friend group because they're in a friend group.
Oh,
you
they're
know what I'm
yeah,
talking about.
The couples in the friend group. Yes. I have to use fingers. I have to imagine.
Here you go. They're couples, and they've been doing the nasty.
Which one's a couple?
These two, but we're all friends. We all know each other. Shut up.
Auntie!
Anyways, do you think that like, oh look, our friends are doing the nasty? Should we do the nasty?
Oh,
talking
yeah. I think.
Not like I feel like everyone knows the basic. Oh, the guy's gonna pressure you, but it's not always that. You know what I mean?
but it is really the environment, but it's also your choice. You know, the environment you could live in could also pressurize you, but I think it's your choice.
Let's talk about
Because here, listen up. Because if I was in that situation, I know heck to God that I wouldn't do it. Swear to God.
Fun fact: I lost my virginity when I was 21 and 11 months. 11 months. Who gives a fuck? She already knows. But I lost my virginity when I was 21 and 11 months, meaning I was 1 month away from turning 22. And my body count is 1, if you ever was curious. There you go. Anyways.
Who's curious?
Meaning I I did not go into peer pressure in high school. I'm very proud of myself.
Okay.
Anyways.
We'll see about that.
Let's talk about
I'm very sorry, guys. The audio quality over this entire video has been terrible. I realized that we need to speak closer instead of yelling, because I just realized we don't have soundproof stuff for our room. So I'm sorry, we're low budget here. So we're gonna speak quietly into the mic, no yelling. I'm sorry for audio users.
no ASMR. Anyways, another
Here, you hold
topic.
it. It's
Another.
Hold
here?
this. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Not the wire. Don't break that. Okay.
Another point I wanted to bring in is do you think society is making you pick sides when it comes to controversial topics, or like pressuring you towards certain sides when it comes to controversial topics?
Oh yes, I forgot. we can't yell. No, but I do think that society has been pressuring people to, choose or pick a side in the controversial topics, because of course this world is trying to be persuasive. They want you to see their viewpoint. And I don't know, and especially when you're adulting and trying to find the things, your morals and values on, and then when you see these people trying to persuade you, you're trying to figure out who you are, you know what I mean?
Do you think people are afraid to lose friends and sometimes even family based on their friends or family being on opposite side of controversial topics?
Yeah, of course. Well, if I would, for I think for one of us to do that, would you be scared? I have to ask you that
I
question.
have to say that I feel a lot of people are scared to vocalize their opinions because they feel like they will be judged. And they just want to fit in society and make everybody happy, because I feel like there's always one side that's always glorified, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that is makes sense. But they're gonna judge you no matter what you say or do.
I wouldn't say glorified, but like heavenly persuade.
Then why'd
Like
you say
one side is always heavily persuade to, like, if you don't pick this side, then you are now an outcast, or you should not express your beliefs or your thoughts because you'll be like shamed for it.
Yeah, that is very true. Nowadays, people will just push you aside for what you choose, and some will support you because basically it's, your morals and values and what you know as a person is best for you, If that makes sense.
Yes, it does. I do believe that you always, why does things get so serious right now? I believe that you really need to, like, just remember your morals, and like, because society is an earthling thing, but like, you just know, like, don't allow society to pressure you, because society is here on earth, but your morals is just beyond earth, if that makes sense. It doesn't, but if you know what I mean, then you know what I mean.
Beyond.
Like, don't let the earth pressure you into picking a side, or like, don't let society pressure you into a side if it's against your morals, basically.
Yeah, and trying to fit in with society's pressures and what's it called, the image, perfect image, will just make you lose yourself, and not knowing what you want, as a person growing, because then you're gonna be like, well, that means I don't have my own decisions, because I'm making these other people affect my own choices, when you should be worried about yours and not letting. Yeah,
I just feel like everybody has to respect everyone's opinions, and so I just feel like a lot of people are just afraid to, like, express their opinion on things just because they're afraid that they're going to disappoint society, or like the more persuade side when it comes to controversial or any topics. So,
I just think with controversial, or like with anything in life, you should just do you. But I feel like that's really hard, just to just do what you want that makes you happy, because people always say, like, do what makes you happy, do what's for you, focus on you, because that's what's matter at the end of the day, you know what I mean? If that makes sense. Does that make sense?
and if you live life and you're happy with what you did here on earth, and then that's that, like, you live your life, your legacy, and your morals and what you stand by here on earth. Yeah. It's like, then that's that, even if you do lose friends because they're on the other side of your beliefs, or they don't believe what you believe. And then, I mean, I feel like a lot of people just try to, like, mold in, try to force themselves just so they won't lose who they think their friends are. And so, yeah, basically.
And if you do lose people that support you, you'll find new people that support you and have the same, or not the same, similar morals and beliefs as you, That's the same thing with everyone, like finding new things you like, finding things you dislike, It's not the end of the world, okay, guys?
And I think that's
we think too much on it.
I think that's the main points I just want to let out. I just want to let out that, dude, you guys, we made a very controversial clip.
We're gonna, yeah,
Let's not tell them, but it was very controversial, and we just like, oh no, we're gonna get canceled. So
Yeah. But we want to end it off to hear you end it off here, guys,
Yeah.
because we just wanted to say that trying to fit in society your whole life, things will end up okay. Well, actually, what?
it's okay, whatever.
Well, for me,
I say stay true to yourself, stay true to your morals, and you know just keep on pushing. Literally, if you stay true to your morals and your life and yourself, like it is what it is, you know. And life is it always gives you chaotic moments, and you're just going to stay to yourself because, in the end of the day, when your life ends, and how you live your life is how you live your life. So
yeah, and through all of this with our stories, I'm telling you that we were able to live in society in different many ways. Me and Auntie Margie had different paths for us trying to fit in specific groups, and even now. And we just want to tell you that we're here, we're present, we're still going on, no matter what. And so, yeah.
thank God for that, right?
Thank God. But yeah, this has been a very long podcast, and I hope you guys enjoy. Please share it with people. Share with friends or family that need this, or a random stranger. That could also be very helpful to us, because we would love to continue more of these podcasts, right, Ati?
Yes, we do appreciate all of our listeners out there, and if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't have the motivation. So why are you laughing?
Nothing. Keep going.
This is my face.
No.
Okay, so thank you to all those that are listening and watching. We appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, so relationship chaos at part 2 will come out.
Our next episode.
Oh, it will be our next. Oh, okay. Yes.
Yeah, we have nothing else to talk about.
We have so much things to talk about. Anyways, thank you guys for watching.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye, YouTube videos. Sorry for audio users.